Greetings everyone, Slizzle466 here, and in today's video we're looking at some of the best decks post nerfs and buffs from May 2022. The most significant changes are Drekthar summoning only 1 minion, and the Dragonbane shot being bumped up to 3 mana for Questline Hunter. The meta has actually been quite slow to adapt to the changes, so there aren't as many decks as you typically see. So if there's a deck that you're missing and you really want to know what it's about, let me know in the comments below. I can try and get you a deck code and help you out. So we start with Cthulhu Druid. Now Cthulhu Druid has taken an interesting turn, and a lot of players have been going for a little bit of a high roll, going for the Barnes into the Yassil Windsinger, which, as you can see, I have not tried myself because I don't have that card. Maybe I gotta craft it. It basically Barnes into Windsinger lets you play a whole bunch of spells. If that high roll doesn't work out, that's fine. You can just kind of do the old Druid thing where you armor up a lot, play Guff, play Alignment to make all your cards cost 1. But otherwise, it's a really cool build, and it's something that a lot of players are having success with. Another Druid build that people are having success with is Togwaggle Druid. Now, this is kind of a weird list. When I looked at this list, I initially thought it was good, but there's no Azalina in it. And when I play Togwaggle, I like to Togwaggle into Azalina. So it's kind of weird how it's not in there. But this deck hit rank 1 legend, so what would I know? But you know, Flipper Friends and Gloop is a crazy combo. But outside of that, I haven't tried this list. It's the Azalina missing is weird, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Course again, there's like no good hunter lists. There's no good demon hunter lists. I don't want to give any. But we will move on to Mage, Quest Mage. So this is like the super annoying deck that makes me mad these days. So this is the infinite turn Mage, where it's not really infinite turns, but they can take up to 10 extra turns. It's really obnoxious. Basically, if you like to play this, it's not that hard to play. If you hate playing against it, tech in some secret tech, because the ice block is what makes the deck perform well. Outside of that, even though, you know, Open the Waygate got nerfed a long time ago from 6 to 8 spells, it's still a solid card. But basically the Parrot throws this deck over the edge because it plays the Time Warp over and over again, so you get lots of extra turns. It's basically the Mage deck to beat right now. Another Mage deck to beat, though, is Mech Mage. Now, again, not much to say about this. It's a really straightforward deck. Just spam the mechs. The Book of Spectres draws mechs. You discount your mechs. You discount your mechs with Seafloor Gateway. So, you know, nothing fancy. Gaia's insane. If you really like Mech Mage and you want to play it, go ahead and craft this. It's solid if you want to play Mech Mage. I don't see Mech Mage leaving the meta anytime soon. Ziliax, most people have this card by now. But yeah, it's just a really solid list. If you want to play Mech Mage, this is a great way to do it. Mecha Shark is really the card that throws the archetype over the edge. Just like so much damage, it's ridiculous. If you'd rather play a Mech Paladin, though, this is a list that's seeing a lot of traction. It's a little bit different to the list that I've featured in the past. I typically go with the 20. What do? I do the 26 mech, and then the 2 radar detectors and the 2 stone tusk vindicators. However, one problem with Mech Paladin is when you run out of steam, you just lose. And so that's why you're seeing players run the Carriel just for some extra gameplay, the Leviathan just for some extra gameplay. So again, if you don't own these cards, you don't need them. It's a little bit greedy, but it helps the deck just kind of push over that limit because it really is not that good compared to Mech Mage. So just having that extra reach really helps. Looking at Priest, you got Aggro Priest. There's nothing special here. It is, you know, the needle is now, it used to be 2. It's gone back. It's gone down to 1 mana, which is kind of nice if you're facing a lot of aggro. But if you're not facing aggro, maybe not that great. This list is also running Cult Neophyte, which is a tech against spell decks. Again, if that's not working for you, maybe pull them out, put them into Galactic Crawlers for the pirates. But overall, this deck either wins really fast or you just concede. But it's a solid list. Looking at Rogue, we have Pirate Rogue. This specific build is pretty solid. I personally don't like the Frenzied Fellwings, but, you know, it's fine. It's just, if you want to get a quick legend, this is the way to do it. Just play this list, and you'll be very happy with your achievement. Now, a new archetype, Mine Rogue. Mine Rogue, not a meme, serious deck. So this is one of those lists that I struggle to play with personally, and I know I said that with Pillager Rogue. So it has a learning curve, so beware. But basically, once you got things going, you're taking advantage of the Death Rattle synergies, and the most important thing here is the Naval Mine. It's a 2-mana 0/2 mech. Death Rattle, deal 4 damage to the enemy hero. So you're basically using this to do a lot of damage to your opponent's face, on top of just like big tempo plays. Wild Pornol got unnerfed back to 5. If your hand's terrible, you've got Sir Finley. You can basically, this list you pretend to not be a rogue to mess with people, but it's a really solid list. But again, learning curve, so just beware. Moving to Shaman, got Burn Shaman. So this is basically, yes, Drekthar got nerfed, but it's still not terrible because you still can pull a Spirit of the Frog from your deck, which, to be honest, is the only card you care about in this list. So it does run the quest line, which I'm not a big fan of. So if you don't have the quest line, you can cut it, you'll be fine. But otherwise, if you want to do a lot of face damage, it's a fun way to do it. Free Shaman, everyone's favorite deck. So this is, I call this deck the Fun Police deck. So if you want your opponent to not play spells, not attack with their board, not play minions or spells, and just be a miserable person, play Free Shaman. It's really, really good. Maybe one of the best decks in the meta. If you want to play a quirky version, there's the Reno Shaman. It's basically the same thing, but it's a Reno deck. But if you like playing Reno decks, it's a fun way to do it. This list is a little greedy. There's a Barista in there, as you can see. I always consider Barista greedy. But otherwise, it's really similar to Free Shaman, just in Reno version. Moving to Warlock, you got Even Warlock. So Even Warlock, it's pretty much become standard now to run Sea Devil Stinger and Gigafin because it's absolutely insane. It's a crazy high roll, and it also lets you pull out the Molten Giants early. You've got the Galactic Crawler in here. Not a big fan of the Mule, but it's in there to have a chance against Rogue. Double ooze again, trying to beat Rogue here. But otherwise, if you want to play Even Lock, it's a ridiculously amazing deck, and this is a great build to give a try. And last but not least, we've got Reno Warlock. Again, I always give a word of caution. Be careful of Reno decks. It depends on the player and the meta they are currently facing. Even having a look at this list, this is quite the quirky list. Like, even having the broom, it's kind of weird. So play this one with a grain of salt. This looks like a pretty weird list. There isn't even a Gul'dan in here. So yeah, be careful with this one. Don't craft things for this if you love Reno Lock, because this list is pretty weird. But yeah, that's all for this video. You'll find all the deck codes in the description below. If you're a mobile user and it's difficult for you to copy those deck codes, you can find an easy to copy link to my Discord. You can visit the deck lists only channel and you'll find all the deck codes in there. Otherwise, thank you for watching. If you want to help support the channel, you can click the subscribe button, click the notification bell, and until next time, hope to see you again.